I'm Jimmy Jam. Hello, I'm Jimmy Jam, and welcome to the Nerdy and Chaotic Review Show. This is episode 11, and we are talking about the late and great Predator 2. It's, in my eyes, and a lot of people's eyes, one of the most divisive movies. A lot of people go back and forth. They hate it, they like it, they hate it, they like it. And I think it's the most divisive movie, but it's actually my favorite sequel to it. And throughout these reviews, you'll find out why. And as always, I'm followed by the great Carl the Madman. He's here, and yeah, let's.
I'm here.
He's here. He's here. He's even in the chat. He's even in the chat.
This might help.
Also, oh yeah, there you go. Then you can actually see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we're gonna answer. We're gonna answer the question: was this a worthwhile watch, or was it just another garbage sequel? Wait till the end to find out what we think about it. Anyways, Carl the Madman, how you been doing this week?
I'm good, man. Yeah, you?
Good. Yeah. You've been up to much? I see you're still vlogging every day.
Oh yeah, just the same old crap. I just finished watching.
Watching our Predator 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I guess we'll get into it. When was the first time you watched this movie? When did you get acquainted with this sequel? Would you say?
I don't think I saw this in the theater. What year did it come out? I didn't write it down.
1990.
No, I definitely didn't see this movie in the theater. So I would have seen it probably shortly after it came out on VHS.
Yeah, apparently it was everywhere. Like when it came out, or like places were advertising it. But I was born that year, so I myself never got to, see all that. But I guess there was like some pretty cool, like in video stores, you'd see cool, like full size cardboard cutouts of the Predators and stuff. They were really trying. Yeah, I think they were really trying to push this movie. But the funniest thing for me I found was that I grew up on the first Predator movie. Absolutely grew up on it. And I didn't know there was a sequel until I was like 12 or something like that. So it must have been like 2002. Like I had no idea there was ever a sequel. I don't think my dad liked this movie as much as I do. And so he never like told me about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that movie." Once, and my dad had moved to a different town, and there was I think it was whatever, it doesn't matter which town, but he moved to a different town, and so there's a new movie store there, and I was like, "Cool!" And that was my favorite thing. My dad would move around a lot, but the one thing I would always be stoked on is that there'd be new movies, like new old movie selections and stuff that I could go through and get those 5 movies for $5 for 5 days kind of deal.
Yeah.
I would do that all the time. Oh, thank you, my love.
Welcome.
My wife was in the side of the camera there.
Oh. There's a delay,
yeah.
So I haven't seen her yet.
Oh yeah, it was just her arm, and it might have just been her arm. So
I might have missed it. Oh no, there she is.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad moved when I was about 12 to this new town. I was hunting through, and I went, "Wait, Dad, there's a Predator 2. There's a Predator 2." Like I lost my mind. I remember this as a kid, and my dad's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, it's not what you think it is. Like it's not this." I was like, I didn't care. I just had to see it. I don't know if it's because I didn't grow up on this movie so much, and it was kind of newer to me. But I fell in love with this one. I guess, and as a kid, it's like at 12 years old. I mean, there's a lot of things going on in this movie. Like, it's definitely ramped up from the first one. How I explain Predator 2, it's like the coked out crazy sequel that like they had more money for, and they're like, okay, everything has to be bigger. Like the explosions, the kill count, like there has to be more tits, there has to be more gore, because there was no tits in the first one.
There's lots of action.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, lots of action in
the boobies.
There's some boobs. Yeah, there's some boobies in this one. And yeah, it's It's like just a crazy sequel. But I never really like. I don't know. I never caught on to all the drug use and all this kind of stuff when I was a kid. I didn't really like even notice that, which is crazy because it's who's Planet Moose.
Planet Moose? Yeah,
Uh,
I know Planet Moose.
oh, I have the best shoelaces around, eh? Huh. Well, I
The best shoelaces?
is that what it says?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't see the
Oh,
chat.
oh, yeah. I
But
think it says best shoelaces, and I mean, okay. There's other things I got that are pretty cool, but I'll take it. I'll take the shoelaces. Thanks for joining, Planet Moose.
I've known Planet Moose for a long time.
Oh, good. Thanks for joining. Yeah. Welcome. We're talking about Predator 2, just kind of getting into it. And if you have any good memories of this movie, let us know in the comments.
I should turn the comments on here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Carl has the greatest elbows. You know what? He does have some pretty good elbows.
I got a pretty good gut, too. It looks really good on camera right now, too, I noticed.
It's got a nice concurve to it.
Like I need to... Yeah, whatever.
Don't worry. I guess maybe you think my chest hair is shoelaces. It could be. I don't know. just taped onto it. Yeah, Predator 2. Well, yeah. So I saw it. I fell in love with this movie, and a lot of my friends were like, "Dude, you like that movie?" I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking love it." And I get that it doesn't have great. Oh. You know what? You're not wrong. Danny Glover did still have his teeth, and Danny Glover is jacked in this movie. Like it was just before the classic, I'm too old for this shit, Murtaugh stuff. I'm pretty sure. Maybe that came out before this. I can't remember if Lethal Weapon came out first or not. I might be wrong there. But either way, Danny Glover he's a man too.
Yeah, they don't really show it off in this
movie. But there's no Arnold.
You don't see how big he is in this movie. Really, no. There's that one scene where there's that one big FBI agent, and they're like standing face to face, and that FBI agent, you can tell he's a big fucking dude, and that's when I noticed. Yeah, that's when it stood out to me. Oh yeah, Glover is actually a pretty big dude. Yeah, but they don't like show his muscle. He's not like Arnold in Predator 1.
No,
not like
no. They're not. Well, this movie also had
arm wrestling in the air scene.
Oh yeah. That all men do. All men do it. I mean, whenever we meet each other, obviously it's the manly. It's just how you greet each other. You just have a in-air arm wrestle, and just show off for a minute.
You've been pushing too many pencils, and I can't do Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No. I actually think Gary Busey was great in this, so I'm gonna have to counter that, Planet Moose, because this is Gary Busey. Because Gary Busey, this was his first movie after he had his motorcycle accident, lost his brain, and then got hooked on cocaine.
Really?
Yeah, this is the first movie he did after his accident.
Oh, I would have not guessed that. Interesting.
Yeah, because he's still kind of together at this point, but it was like right at during this shoot and everything, he got like major into the cocaine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was enough of it around at the beginning of the movie, that's for sure.
Oh my lord! Scorpio is ready.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that line. Oh fuck, that's so iconic. Iconic to me now.
Gets shot and he plasters the wound full of fucking coke.
Right? Yeah. Right? It just goes in and yeah.
There's actually a scene later in this movie with the Predator when he's injured and he's patching himself up and he mixes up some goo. And and it made me wonder. Yeah, I remember. I was thinking when I was watching that. I was thinking, is that like a narcotic? Is he like drugging himself up with it, just like the dude at the beginning of the movie was?
I mean, he might have been. It's because it doesn't look, because in the first one it seemed like he just kind of stitched himself up and just kind of gave himself a little bit. This stuff looked different than in the first one.
He crushed up the fucking tiles that were in that.
Yeah, like the drywall and tiles and shit.
It was tiles. I noticed it was tiles.
Yeah.
So he crushes up the tiles in this thing, and then he pours in the blue fucking glow stick juice, mixes it all up into a paste, and then he sticks it in his wound, and sort of, yeah, it was kind of like the dude at the beginning there.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe he's just like, oh, that does make sense because
So,
the Predator is way more of a character in this movie, I find. Like in this one, like you follow him, you see him a lot more. You kind of see him like figuring stuff out.
You see him a fuckload more, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He feels like more of a character and less of, because the first one to me is kind of like the first Alien movie in a sense that it's kind of just like a slasher movie. You know, they're all getting picked off one by one, other than the action elements and stuff like that. But realistically, it comes down to kind of like a slasher movie, but a more badass, full macho version instead of, you know, like a female lead or something like that. And this one is just full bore action, and they know they're like, okay, you know what the Predator looks like, cool. All right, like pretty much. There's one special effect in this movie that stood out to me that I wasn't a big fan of, and it's when he's in his invisible form, because they don't have anything coming down for his dreadlocks. So it just looks like his head when he's invisible. Like you don't
noticed.
And if you now that I pointed that out, you'll watch it and you go, oh yeah, shit. And like he just looks different in this, like when he's invisible in this one, because it's a lot more like face on shots of him invisible, not like up in the trees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm going to respond to Planet Moose here. Bill Paxton was amazing in this movie. He's again one of my favorite sequel actors, and this is the last movie where he dies in his famous trilogy. First, there was Terminator. He got murdered by. Second, it was the Aliens. He gets murdered by them as Hudson, and in this one, he gets he gets his fucking skull ripped out pretty brutally. Actually.
Isn't his skull put in the trophy room?
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, and it actually took me years to actually. Well, we'll get to that when we get to it going over. But we'll just kind of. This one doesn't have to be so piece by piece, but we'll just kind of go over.
This one's not a lot of pieces. It's kind of like one couple of pieces.
One giant, exactly, and there's like certain points to kind of go off. I find. So yeah, it starts off. I like that they use like the Predator's like high pitched scream when the Predator 2 logo comes up, and you think it's a jungle, and then it shows you it's the city.
I liked how they did that too. They make you think you're coming into the jungle, just like in Predator, the first Predator.
And then they do that fake out and
zooms up to the city.
Yeah,
I like that too.
Yeah, I thought that was just a cool way of like immediately, you know, it's going to be different. It's a whole different setting. And it's set in 1997 Los Angeles, which is funny because the movie came out in 90. So in 1990. So this is what they thought the future Los Angeles would be. And it has a style to it, man. Everybody's wearing like the heaviest goddamn coats, and it's supposed to be this heat wave, and they're all wearing like full fucking suits, every single with ties and like fedoras and shit. Like everybody is just so. Like, all the cops have suits like that and stuff, and all the regular people, they're all wearing like heavy duty stuff. Like and the vehicles are, I don't know, they're a little different. They look kind of futuristic. Then there's the guns that they just slap a bunch of shit onto. Yeah, like they just like that. Like they're just like, what would guns be like a little bit in the future? Yeah, they're big, and then they just put more pieces onto them and make them bigger.
It's like Call of Duty.
Exactly. Here's your 10 attachments. Bam! My pistol is now a shotgun, which that's a funny one. when Danny Glover pulls that out, I'm like, what the shit?
What did he pull out?
When he puts together that handgun in the trunk, out of the trunk, but then it kind of like turns into like a little shotgun when he goes and shoots those three right after he zooms the car into. He like crashes the car. They save the cops. And then he pulls out like this big handgun, but then he puts a bunch of attachments on it, and then he's just firing it like kind of fires like a little shotgun somehow.
I know. That for some reason that just went right. I didn't even catch any of that.
And it's only because I've watched it like 1,000 times that like these little things pop out to me.
Mm-hmm. This is probably the second, maybe the third time I've watched it.
Yeah. So all those little things probably don't pop out as much to you. But yeah, so we see the city, we see it's getting torn up, and I love how immediately there's like it comes into like news footage, and the first reporter that's like, oh my, like there's crazy Colombian gang wars between the Colombians and the Jamaicans. And then a bunch of bullets go, and you just hear her go, "Oh, fuck this shit," and just runs off.
Get me out of here!
Yeah. And she's just like throws her shit down and just leaves. I love that. And then then it cuts down, and then we see that there's two cops that are behind something, but it's not really helping them. They're pretty much just they're shot, they're down. They're fucking dying here, man.
Two down cops, yeah. Two down cops.
Yeah, two down cops in the center, and our main character Harrigan, he comes pulling up, and he runs up to two of the other main characters in this movie, Ruben Blades as what's his goddamn name? His Hispanic like best friend, Danny Boy.
Danny Boy, yeah.
Yeah, Danny Boy. Yeah, and Fiona. They're Fiona. Yeah, I think it's Fiona. Played by oh god, I can't remember her name, but she was good in it too. She was good. And these are some of my favorite line deliveries ever. Is when Hardigan gets out, he pulls up. Oh yeah, there's also like a police captain, another like or police captain or somebody there, telling him what's going on. But Hardigan, Danny Glover's character, he rolls in, and he jumps in, and he just goes. He goes, "Well, don't keep me in suspense, Danny Boy." And Danny Boy's line delivery is so good. It's just, he's just like, we are not having a nice day. like nobody talks like that, but it's just, I don't know what about it. It gets to me every goddamn time.
It's pretty
and then,
funny.
Yeah, and then they explain, like the acting isn't great in this movie. I know that, but they create a world with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like everybody's kind of that. Not great acting in it, so it all works really well together to me. Like I don't think it's really bad cheesy, but it's almost overacting in some points. But I really like it. It sets up that it's a different kind of world. People talk a little bit differently.
I didn't go either way as far as the acting goes. It didn't stand out, and it didn't up or down.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
it was
and
decent.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then my other favorite line delivery out of this is when Fiona, she explains like they're shot, they're like everything's going down, they're fucking dying here, man. So, like that, just the way she says that, it's again just so good, and in the end, Hardigan goes, fuck this, and goes knocks out the windows in his oh no, he knocks the door off of his goddamn car. And then puts a whole bunch of like body armor all around it, so it's kind of like his own little tank that he rolls in with, and he just fucking hammers through like a little bit of a blockade and just goes in there, just shooting, driving out the side of it, shooting at them, and rolls in like a goddamn badass cowboy, and I love it.
That's when the Predator first notices him too, pretty much.
Yeah, he's watching.
Good. Glover's driving the car, but he's hanging out the side of the window because they're shooting at him, like, or the side of the door. He's just sitting, and the Predator's looking down at the roof at him, and that's when he's like, "Ooh,
I should watch this guy." You know what I mean? Like, he gets a little bit of a.
This guy's above and beyond. Yeah, he's.
Yeah, and the Predator absolutely is like that in this. He's very much hunting Hardigan and kind of fucks with him a few times, which I think is kind of cool. He kind of like more or less like fucks with him a bit instead of like going for him.
You would have thought the Predator would have wanted his skull for the trophy room.
Yeah. Well, in the end, it probably would have been another one up there. He probably has some weird ranking system, but we'll get to that, which is like one of my favorite things that came out of this movie. well, was the trophy room and what it showed
Mhm.
what could be.
We're not there.
Yeah,
We're not there yet.
no, we're not there yet.
I just keep
So
bringing it up.
it's cool. I love the Predator ship. It's so cool on the inside. It's so different.
Hmm.
But yeah. So what happens? Oh yeah. He goes in. He shoots the guys. He puts a barricade with the car. The cops get the two down cops down. And then he gets told, "Hey, we have to wait for other people to show up before we bust in." And he gives the classic, "Fuck you, I'm going anyways," kind of thing, or like I think they're like, "We have to wait for backup." Fuck backup, and just goes up or some classic cop line like that.
They were put on. That's when he was first time put on order to stay out because the FBI or whoever the fuck it was
Yeah,
coming.
we're coming in and they're going to take care of it.
Yeah.
Which we learn all about that in a little bit.
Mm.
And this is when, this is when we get the great scene. It kind of cuts back to Hardigan and the chief or whatever talking about how he can't go in, and then it cuts to all the Colombians just fucking doing a bunch of coke, and you see how many weapons they have. Like it is just a fucking armory, and I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's like their armor.
That's what they called it.
Yeah. Okay,
Armory, yeah.
It was. And yeah, you get the other great line delivery of Scorpio. Just go, and I love how he has that so 80s and so like insane cocaine holder that has the two nostrils that look like a scorpion, and he pulls that out and he puts that. Yeah, it's like the most blinging thing ever. And it's like, okay, these are LA gangsters and blah blah blah. They like, but yeah, and he shoves it up his nose and just Scorpio is ready.
I didn't notice I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Whole
Yeah. Again, I've had to see it like 1,000 times. And as a kid, didn't even notice any of that stuff. I just thought he was just getting really intense. Never noticed the cocaine. Like I was more just into the action and just like, whoa, this is so cool as a kid. Then when I rediscovered, they're like at 12. But then I watched it like 3, 4, maybe closer to 10 times. Like when I rented it, and then I never really ended up renting it again. I did other stuff in my life, but then when I was like 18, I was like, oh yeah, I used to love this movie. Put it on, and then I got all the references again. I was like, holy shit, this movie was way more brutal than I remember. Same as RoboCop 2. It's another one that I was like, oh, this movie is way more violent than I remember as a child. Jesus.
I remember liking the first couple of RoboCops.
Yeah, the first 2 are good. I would stop there. There's only one more. There's a reboot too, but forget about that thing. Yeah. So this is when we first see our Predator kind of like they're all getting ready, and it's Hardigan and his team are going, or no, they hear an explosion, and that's when they go. Like the Predator drops down into them, and then they all start shooting at them, and then something blows up in the armory. I'm pretty sure, because from down below, and that's when Hardigan's like, "Oh fuck this!"
Yeah, Hardigan asks the other team if he's got people in the building.
Yeah,
like, nope,
that's not us. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, they all rush in, and they get up there to just a goddamn, like an absolute just murder scene. Like there's holes blown out of guys. There's like when you start seeing all the bodies, like they are torn the fuck up and just scattered about. And that's what. And then they find the one that's hanging. I'm pretty sure. Or is that when they come back down?
I think they find it right there. Yeah. Right there, pretty much right there.
Yeah. They find it hanging, and then
they see the little fucking dart stuck in the roof too.
Yeah. That comes back later. Yeah, or is it in this scene, or is it in? I think the dart comes from the other scene. Oh wait, the one where they murder the Colombians.
The Colombians, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the one Colombian with the booby scene.
Yeah,
The,
you're right.
penthouse up in the penthouse. I think that's where that comes from.
Yeah. You're right.
But yeah, they see this blood, and then do they? Scorpio is still shooting. That's what it is. They go up. They go up because Scorpio still. They hear him shooting or something like that. So
Yeah, he's shooting
Dan,
at the alien. He runs into the alien. He has
he runs into the Predator.
Or the Predator. I mean,
Yeah, up on the top of the building. Yes, and then Danny Glover comes to him, and you can see that Scorpio isn't even looking at Danny Glover's character. He's looking over his shoulder, and we see that the silhouette.
He's got another level of in his eyes too. You noticed? I noticed. It changed from being "I'm gonna kill all you fucking cops" to being like "Holy fuck!"
To terrified.
Yeah.
He was like absolutely terrified, but like
you could see it in him. It was great. That was as far as acting goes. That was great.
Yeah. No, I thought that was he was such a good physical actor, and he's played this kind of role in lots of movies. It turns out.
I didn't even recognize that guy.
No, he was somebody who's played like lots of just henchmen, like quick henchmen, that like one of the bigger guys that stands out a lot of the time, like that maybe has a line or two. That's like he's that kind of guy. He was that guy for a while in a lot of movies. He shoots at him, and then he just falls off the back, and something off the building, and then lands on a picnic table.
That's right.
That was that always got to me. Like, why the fuck was there a picnic table?
Yeah.
like the building, it looked like it was an apartment building, if anything. So maybe that's why. But like, nobody has picnic tables in the front. Like, it was a weird place for a picnic table to be at first.
Especially
Scorpio to just land.
One standalone picnic table. If there's a bunch, then maybe it's a cafe or something.
Yeah. But no, it was just a single picnic table there.
He hit it perfect too. I noticed he was like
landed directly on it.
Yeah.
I always thought that was just something that they had left there from like craft services or something on set, and they're like, "Oh, this works. Fuck it."
They needed something to make the body stand out more.
Exactly.
So that we could visually see it. So they're like, "Oh, everything's so dark." Well, just throw a picnic table there with a
nice umbrella.
It even had like a picnic fucking.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. It was the blanket. It was like the decorative
towel or whatever.
Yeah, the tablecloth or whatever.
Tablecloth, that's the one. Yeah, that was kind of.
Yeah. No, and then
the guy that played the stunt in that though. He did that so awesome. The way he went off the building, and then he turns like to look to
catch that he's hitting.
Stunts, you see like that guys just come out and they're already falling on their back and they're heading to the pad, right?
It's usually just like a quick shot. You see all of it, right? Like you see a lot of it.
This guy dives in and he's going in backwards, but he turns to go in forwards, and he's still got to turn to hit that pad on his back. So it was like, but he made it way more like, because if somebody got shot off a building like that, odds are you're going to
you're going to turn. Absolutely.
And I thought that was an excellent scene.
Oh, it was a great stunt.
Stunts go. That was a good one.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I think this is when Hartigan. This is when Hartigan turns around and kind of notices the alien, the Predator. He sees it and it's invisible, but he's also like, you see all the heat waves at the same time.
He says just before it too. He's like, "This heat is unbearable" or something.
Yeah.
And he turns and then he sees
the Predator's standing there, but he's like, whatever. And it doesn't. And it doesn't attack him. It decides to go back and get it trophies from the last kill. Because that's when he goes back and takes that body that's hanging. That it cuts to in a couple of minutes when they go down and actually start investigating the room. Mm-hmm. It cuts to like when they leave, the Predator takes the body up. Mm-hmm. But and this is when you find out that Hartigan fucking hates heights. And this entire movie, he's put like on tops of buildings, and like always like he has to face his fear of heights. It's just thrown at him, this whole movie.
He hates birds, too, I noticed.
Yeah, right? Oh, fucking birds.
Two different spots in the movie.
Times. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're not wrong. Yeah, and so that's pretty much the whole first meeting of the Predator. They're trying to figure it out. They're down there. They're looking at the scene, and they get down to the bottom. Hardigan gets screamed at by a police commissioner or something like that.
I think it was like the FBI guys or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. First, it's like the commissioner that he's yelling at, and then he's leaving the scene, and then they see the FBI guys land.
Oh, that's right. Yep, you're right. Yep.
Yeah, and then you see Keys land, and Gary Busey's character, and one of the Baldwins. I can't remember which one, but his yeah, it's one of the Baldwins. It's like the big guy that's Gary Busey's character's like right hand man.
Holy, I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah, it's one of the. It's like one of the ones. It's like Daniel Baldwin or something like not one of the ones that ever did much more than like TV stuff. And but yeah, it is one of the Baldwins, and I just found that out over trivia and shit. I was like, oh, that's who that is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's the one who's yelling at Hardigan at the end of the movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Doesn't even look like a Baldwin.
Right? Right?
No, not I would have recognized him, I think, if it would have been
no, if it would have been Alec or
the other two there.
Yeah, Billy or Yeah. So then they get yelled at, and then it cuts to the police station, I think. This is when we get introduced to Jerry Lambert, Bill Paxton's character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I always thought this was kind of funny, because like Hardigan gets his ass chewed out like on the scene, and then he goes back to his actual precinct, and you see that it's just fucking chaos. There's cops getting thrown, like cops are getting headbutted by fucking, and there's the hookers everywhere, and it's just like it's chaos in the precinct. Yeah, and then Hardigan goes right to his. Well, he goes through, and you see Bill Paxton's character is trying to tell a joke to a pretty girl, and then he notices the captain, and he runs up like, "Oh, Captain!" He notices Hardigan. He's like, "Oh, Lieutenant!" And Hardigan goes, "Yeah, just sit down, and I'll deal with you later." Mm-hmm. And then he goes in, and then the captain just chews his ass out even more, and then that's when Gary Busey enters and makes his. He's like, "Sorry, I don't want to be intrusive on this, but there's lots of things going on here that I can't talk about.
You won't possibly be able to understand or whatever."
Yeah, exactly. And he comes off, a little bit of a dick, but he's trying to be a little bit like nice about the fact that he's just taking over, and I like what's
trying to be decent.
Yeah, and Danny Glover, not so much. He's just kind of a dick to them, like right away. But like he's not so much. He's just kind of sarcastic in this scene. He's like, "I'll see you around," or "I'll be seeing you around," and then leaves. But I do like when the captain's telling him like, "Okay, so these guys are taking over all narcotics. They're taking over like that whole thing." And he just goes, "Oh, so you're gonna cut off my dick and shove it up my ass?" Is what you're telling me. I was like, Jesus Christ! Like I gotta say, some of the lines in this movie are amazing. Like some of the writings and the jokes in it, they're good. I really like them. Like it takes you out sometimes, but you're like, holy shit! But it adds some good levity to it. Like that one, like that line, it makes me laugh every time. You see Danny Glover say that too. I don't know why, but it just always made me laugh. Oh, it still does.
Caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, and then they have their back and forth with the FBI. Danny Glover and Danny Boy start talking, and they talk about like kind of like what's going on, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. And then that's when Danny goes, "Oh, you see that guy out there?" They walk back to to Danny's office, Danny and Hardigan's office. He walks there, kind of pissed off, and then Danny tells him, "Oh yeah, Jerry, that guy out there, that's Jerry Lambert. That's our new transfer in." Mm-hmm. And this is another one too. He's like, he's supposed to be the Lone Ranger from San Quentin or what was it, from some other town, and I love I love how he goes, that kid's the Lone Ranger? I thought he was the fucking AC repairman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was here to fix the air conditioning. Yeah, that's another just great line. And then I love how they're both watching as Jerry is hitting on Fiona, just trying to do his whole like, because you can tell right away he's a very cocky guy and he talks himself up a lot. Like you can tell without actually like getting much of a scene with this guy at all. Like he's just kind of in the background a lot at first, but you already get to know the whole kind of character that he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I love about Bill Paxton. He can just kind of like give that air, like in a lot of his roles. Like what kind of character by not even by maybe a couple lines. And this one's good. He's hitting on her, and then she goes, "Oh yeah, I've heard about you. Yeah, I've heard about how your last partner got shot." And you just see his face just drop, and he just goes, "Huh?" And she just grabs his dick and dick and balls and just starts squeezing him. You ever play that fucking cowboy shit around here? I'll make sure to rip this off. And he's just, oh God. And I love that Hardigan and Danny are just watching this from the back, like,
they're laughing. Yeah.
yeah, like they're loving it. They're loving it. They knew exactly what was going to happen. And then what's his name? And then Lambert comes in and. Hardigan gives him the speech. This is my speech. I only got one of them, but here it is. Gives him a speech about how it's all about the team. Team comes first. I don't care about this cowboy shit. I don't stand for it. And then he's Jerry, like Lambert, Bill Paxton's character goes. What does he say? He's like, hey, I did my dues to get here. I did my dues, and he goes, yeah, Hardigan goes, that scares the shit out of me because that means that like nobody wants to be here. I'll tell you this right now. Like nobody fucking wants to be here. Oh, dogs are barking at something. Sorry, dogs barks. No. Oh, and so sorry, Planet Moose. I'm not sure if you're still here, but it is like Predator 2 is happening right now down in LA. You're not wrong. It is chaos down there. Not to get political, but
it's funny.
But you're not wrong.
You said they filmed that in '90, and it was supposed to be in '97.
Yeah.
The big riots in LA were in '92. So.
Yeah. Like they hadn't even happened yet. So so they really like. I don't know. They kind of nailed a bit on the head with how things just really did escalate for a while there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because when they were filming it, I'm pretty sure is when the subways were actually being built, but they weren't fully built or anything. So they had to make their own, like the LA subways. I believe they were being built like just around the time, so they couldn't actually use any of the subway. They had to build their own set for the whole subway scene, and I thought that was kind of funny. That it's like, oh yeah, they kind of, so they just kind of like made it seem like what they thought it would look like and how it would feel down there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I thought that was kind of a cool.
Yeah, that's an interesting
run around.
That's an interesting tidbit.
Yeah. So
that's some of that nerdy shit.
Yes, that's some of the nerdy stuff that usually should come out at the end, but I can't help myself. I'm just going, and that's the chaos, and that's the chaotic part of it too. It's how much I go, but I have to tell you this. And then Carl breaking something at some point. If it comes down to it, and you guys want to ask who's nerdy and who's chaos, I'd say I'm nerdy. He's chaotic.
It can't happen. It's been known to happen. I'm trying to behave myself.
Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Trying to behave.
I always love recording with you, Carl. It's always a good time. Always a good time. Yeah, so Lambert, they have the speech, blah, blah, blah. The door goes both ways. It's kind of like, that's kind of like the big takeaway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The door swings both ways. It's all about the team. You help us. We help you. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. And then where does it cut from here? Does it cut directly to the night scene with the boobies? Because I think that's coming up pretty quick, but I can't remember if there's any filler in between this.
I don't think so. Has he given him the orders yet? Like, you go follow this guy.
Oh yeah. I guess that's what's happening. Yeah, he leaves the precinct, or like they're leaving for the night or something like that. And he goes, "You go follow him."
Danny Boy. Oh yeah. Hardigan.
Oh no,
or not Hardigan.
Yeah, I think it goes to the booby scene, and then the next night he sends him out because he sends Danny Boy back to the scene of the
oh, that's right, yeah.
The Colombians and the Jamaicans, those guys murdering that one Colombian, and then all those Jamaicans getting killed. I think that's the scene. That scene comes first. Yeah, and then the dart gets left. So yeah, so this is a funny scene. And they actually did this. They actually did like fly a helicopter, like pretty much right up to the fucking, right to the window, like the way for them to get the shot, because it's a long shot and it zooms in from a long ways away, and you just kind of see the silhouette of something happening, and then it gets closer, and you see that it's two people fucking, and like they leave nothing out. Like it's just, it's full bush in this movie, full bush. There's a full bush in this. You don't see that much in movies anymore. Even if you do see a vagina, you don't see the whole bush. So there you go. Anyways, yeah. But the sex scene is pretty quick. It's just her moaning for a bit, and then boom, all these Jamaicans burst in, and you see the Jamaicans are just murdering all the Colombian henchmen, just shooting them all up. They run in, they throw the girl to the side. And then they end up taking this guy and stringing him upside down, and then they start performing like a voodoo ritual on him, telling him this isn't about money, this is about power.
That's right.
This guy had some pretty good lines in that, like because he's the Jamaican second in command or whatever he was, because he was a high ranker, and I like when he's going to like. King Willie told me I have to take your soul. Voodoo magic, man. Fucking voodoo magic. Like he doesn't give a fuck about any of that shit. Like you can tell he's just like a murderer. He's just like, fucking voodoo magic. But he's just like, whatever. I'm just here to kill this guy. That's what we're supposed to do. So he starts tearing out the guy's heart, I believe, is what he cuts into him.
Big knife.
Big ass fucking knife, man.
Really big knife, yeah. Like bigger than Rambo's.
Again, way bigger than Rambo's.
Maybe it was Arnold's knife from the first movie, even.
Right? I guess so. I guess that guy didn't stick around. And then somebody pulled the knife out. After a while. I probably got incinerated. But again, big knife.
Upside down.
I thought they were just going to cut right through him. And but like,
it's huge. Huge knife.
Huge. I thought they were going to cut him right in half, and it probably could have. Just split him down like a fucking hot dog, like a hot dog bun.
Yeah. It's like a short sword.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then the Predator shows up, and I like this scene too. There's a lot of cool action in this one, and you get to see that this Predator likes different weapons. This is like the first scene where you see like a whole different arsenal. I think he starts off throwing the spear. No, he shoots the dart. Or one dart. And it goes.
The first thing you see is the net, isn't it? But that's early in the movie. Yeah. Yeah. He shoots the net and it catches the guy on the wall. It's like cutting into him.
Yeah. Yeah, which is fucking sick. I wish it would have showed it actually just like fully eviscerate him. Yeah, cube him. Just like what is it? I think they do Resident Evil. That's the movie they do that in. And you get to see a guy get fully cubed like that. It's pretty good. But it would have been good to see it here. And then I think the spear gets thrown.
Yeah, I don't remember for sure now.
Yeah. But yeah, you get to see a whole new arsenal that this Predator likes to use more, like not quite hand to hand, but like he's not using his blaster as much. It doesn't seem like.
His loadout's different than the first Predators.
Absolutely. He's more of a melee, kind of close combat. He's not hiding in trees shooting fucking cannons at people.
You see him use his laser pointer a couple of times, but not like in the first Predator.
Yeah, and this guy is a little bit more this Predator is a little bit more showy, I find, because he shows himself a lot more in this movie. Like even when he gets into fights and stuff. Like this one, he ends up showing himself in the middle of it. It seems, and I'm like, I guess he just wanted because the other one he rarely would show himself out of his invisible. It was only when his stuff would fuck up, really.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, one quick nerdy fact that I wanted to throw out there is the same guy that played that was actually in the Predator costume is the same guy as the first one. He reprised the role, and it was Kevin Peter Hall, not Kevin Michael Hall, which I said last time. It's Kevin Peter Hall, and sadly, this was his last movie. Though he actually he had a really, I don't know why I laughed. That was untimely. No, he had a really sad story about how he passed. He got in a car accident and then needed a blood transfusion, and it was in like the early 90s, in like 89, 90, and the blood transfusion he got was contaminated with AIDS. So he ended up getting AIDS from this transfusion, and then died of pneumonia related to AIDS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sad, but apparently he was a really cool guy, and this is the guy who's like 7'3", but also like a ballerina dancer. so he added a lot of like he was able even though the suit was restricting, he still made the Predator move kind of like smoothly in a sense, like it was almost dancing, like the way it jumped.
There's the one scene in this movie where you get a good visual of how big the Predator is when he's smashing through the doorways.
Oh yeah,
the regular human doorways. But he's going right through them, and he's big. He's big. Like,
you're like, holy shit. Because
he'd be ducking the doorways if he wasn't busting them out of his way.
Yeah, if he wasn't just fucking angry running through them. No, that's a good something I never really put together either. That is like the only the first time you really see how big the Predator is, because
you get a really good visual there because you got something to reference it to that everybody knows.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the doorways, but
right, like you see him against Arnold, and you're like, okay, it's two giant things. I don't know what to really reference it with, you know. So yeah, no, that's a good point, because
lots of the scenes are all so dark and stuff. You can't see him if he's beside a car really to reference like how big he is compared to the car. But that scene's pretty lit up because the old lady's got a room and she's like, something's in the bathroom, Henry.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Then Hardigan, it comes through. I love that too.
It's a well lit scene. You see the Predator, yeah.
Absolutely.
See him in the light.
In all his glory. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so the Predator carves up all these Jamaicans. They but he ends up leaving one of his spears, and I think somebody like busts in, or like somebody gets it so he couldn't go back right away. I think this is when does he go for, or Hardigan notices that something's happening and he just decides to go up there. I can't really remember how Hardigan, and because I know Hardigan and Danny Boy get up to that murder scene right away. Mm-hmm. And then Keys, like the FBI, they all show up and go, "Hey, you have to get the hell out of here! I told you, this is our jurisdiction. You got to get the fuck out of here." Mm-hmm. And that's when Danny Boy he noticed the spear, or like they both did, and but then they get kicked out, and then it's after they get kicked out by Keys that he goes, "Okay, Jerry, you follow this guy." Oh yeah, and that's the other thing I love about Jerry Lambert, Bill Paxton's character, is that he's everything's his specialty, you know.
That's right.
Yeah. I need you to do surveillance. Surveillance is my specialty.
Or there's that one journalist
reporter.
that's like, it's like really hardcore, fucking blah blah blah. He's like, you go deal with the press, and he's like, press is my specialty.
My specialty.
Yeah.
And just goes and just gets all up in his face and like knocks his camera.
Pushes him backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear the camera hit the ground and break. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's another great aspect of of his character. What's another? Oh yeah. So he's off surveilling. Danny Glover tells Fiona, who's a cop, to go set him up a meeting with King Willie, the head of the Jamaicans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that. He sets them up. He sets her up, and I always thought that was kind of weird. Like, how? She's a cop too, you know. Like, I don't.
Fiona's reaction to it is almost like that too, though. She's like, "Oh fuck" or something. She says, or
like, oh great, it's great.
She didn't look exactly excited to do the job.
No. And then and then he buggers off, and then it cuts to Danny Boy later. I'm pretty sure is the next scene, because I don't remember anything in between that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a few. No, I don't remember much Predator shots. I just watched this movie. I have seen it a million times, but there's key moments, and that's pretty much it. That like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but there's little filler moments. So, anyways, we will cut back to Danny Boy, and he's going up in the building to go after all the cops and FBI had gotten away from that crime scene. Danny Boy sneaks back in, and he's going up in the rafters. And I really like this gag too. Not gag, but like the way that they do this shot, where he grabs the spear, or like the little dart. That's what it is, the dart, and he pulls it out, and then he hears the Predator. Right. Does it make it noise? Yeah, it's like right above him.
Yeah, it's all of a sudden it's like right there too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like right, because it's like he was coming back to take it away, because it seems like the Predators don't want any of their technology ever being discovered.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a part of their thing. Is like they always clean up after themselves. Mm-hmm. And that's how they get their trophies usually in the end. But I like this where he like hears it, and then he goes to fall backwards, and he reaches out and he grabs the Predator's arm, and then it's invisible, and then it turns into the Predator's arm, and he's holding on to it like, oh shit, and then he goes to pull out his gun, and I think because he pulled his gun and drew it, that's when the Predator's like, okay. And just took him up and like absolutely murdered him right there too. And you see his like necklace or bracelet or something fall. I think it's like a necklace. It falls on the ground. Falls on the ground.
Yeah.
And Danny Boy's dead. He's gone. You hear him screaming and getting murdered. Mm-hmm. There's I do like there's a few like good like off camera kills like that where it just kind of cuts away, but you hear this like visceral scream and just like this, like, I don't know, just a lot of like, you could tell something bad is just happening right there, and this like really intense scream from whatever character. They do it a few times in this, and a lot of movies, a lot of horror movies, I hate like off screen kills a lot like that, because it's just like I want to see the gore, but it didn't bother me in this one.
No, me neither. No.
Because they also have some great gore, but also there's a kill I want to talk to you about and see if you noticed it. That the physics of it don't make sense, and it's coming up pretty soon. Not pretty soon, but we can fast forward a little bit through here. Danny Boy dies. Hardigan's pissed, and he's like getting blamed for Danny's murder because because Danny went back to that scene, and they're like, oh yeah, of course, which I thought was fucked up that they're blaming fucking Hardigan.
We should we could charge you or something.
Yeah, with Danny's murder and all this, and Hardigan's pissed, and they away from Key, away use Gary Busey's characters like from him. And the first thing this motherfucker does when he gets out of the captain's office is he sees Keys and he just fucking deadbolts it to him. Yeah. Like just just immediately just flies towards this motherfucker, and he catches him at the bottom of the stairs, and he just fucking like face to face eyeballing him, and just letting him know like I don't, who the fuck are you? Why? What are you doing? There's lots you're not telling. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? There's something you're not telling me, Keys. And yeah, Keys just goes, fuck off, Hardigan. Like you wouldn't believe this. You wouldn't believe it if I told you, kind of thing. And yeah, and then I love Danny Glover, and I've done this to people for years, like years when I was doing like the fake slaps, just the like right up to people's face. Oh, it scared my dog. But yeah, the big slap right next to somebody, a fake slap next to somebody's face. He does it with such intensity. I thought that was pretty fucking awesome. Like, and this movie's it's definitely has a lot of good lines and a lot of swear words. So it's definitely an R-rated movie. It is a big action-packed R-rated movie, and I'm glad they didn't try to go the Terminator route and turn an R-rated sequel into a PG-13 movie. That's like I always like when an franchise stays with an R rating and they keep that. They don't try to dumb it down for kids and stuff.
For money, you mean?
Yeah, for money, so they can get more. Yeah, dumb it down for money. You're right. Yeah. So they can get money from kids. So they can take kids' money. Is actually it? I guess.
Bigger audience.
Yeah. So Hardigan, he storms off, and and this is when he goes and meets King Willie. He goes to the alleyway, and he goes, oh no, the Jamaicans show up in this big fucking car that's just decked right out, just full of smoke. These Jamaicans show up. It's just like
zebra stripes,
like just pimped out. It is something to behold. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Yeah, and these guys are. Every time you see any of these Jamaicans, they're smoking the most comically fucking large joints in the fucking world, man. They're like this fucking big. They're huge. And like they're fucking cannons.
Like a burrito.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Maybe not quite that big, but
almost like bigger than Cuban cigars.
The one scene where they're outside of the car and they open the door.
Yeah.
When
it's just all the smoke.
It's like a Cheech and Chong scene almost. It's like super fucking like
just absolutely hot box.
You're dying in there.
Yeah. Danny Glover's like, oh, you guys should lay off this shit or something like that.
Cut back some or something. He says.
Yeah, you should cut back on this shit.
You should cut back a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, and I really like the humor in this movie. It's just like stuff like that you're like, oh, and. I don't know. They're just kind of like, well, it's like lighthearted. It's not lighthearted, but it's just well-suited humor.
Lighter moment, yeah.
Yeah, and then then you meet King Willie, the head of the Jamaicans, and they're meeting in this alleyway, and he's asking Hardigan like, you want to meet me? No, I can't. I'm not going to do a Jamaican accent. That was awful.
This guy's like a shaman or something almost.
Yeah, he's like dreaded right out.
Or I think they call him a priest or something, actually.
It's King Willie.
King Willie. Yeah, at some point they.
The high priest. There's a high priest, King Willie. Yeah. So yeah. I think you're right about that. He does have some kind of other title. And and he's rolling some chicken bones. Over and over, like he's definitely all into that voodoo. He is all into that voodoo magic man. And and I love how he's kind of just like speaking in idioms and like not really making a whole lot of sense.
He tells them that they're fighting with the enemy is from the other world.
Yeah, it's from the other world, man. The other realm, or the other side,
realm, or the other side. Yeah, something.
Yeah. Something like that. It's like from the other side, pure dread, man. Pure dread. Yeah. And they're just sitting there talking about it all. But I do love how even Hardigan's like, fucking makes sense, man. God damn it. Like at one point, like after he's like saying, he's like, make some fucking sense, Jesus Christ. And he goes, and he just kind of like King Willie gets a little bit more blunt with them, and he says, this thing, you can't see it. It's from the other world. You can't stop it. Like when it comes, it comes. And then a Hardigan leaves. Pretty much, he's like, "Oh, this is a waste of fucking time." It's pretty much what I remember. His takeaway.
Isn't that when the Predator shows up and kills fucking?
Well, King Willie, Hardigan leaves, and then the Predator jumps down. Jumps down from the.
Hardigan leave completely. Yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't see this kill, and it's
that's
like
right. That's right.
Because it's like right after he was. Yeah. It gets reported later by the hardcore guy. He's like, that's how we find out like that everybody else is finding it out, and Hardigan's there, or like Hardigan and Fiora are there. But yeah, Predator drops down. It's like a small puddle. Like it's not even that big of a puddle, but that fucks up his invisibility cloak. I'm like, you guys should.
They show the footprints in the water puddle the most.
Yeah, at first.
In the scene, yeah. And then then he is shorting out a little bit, and the priest dude pulls out his two fucking swords.
Yeah, his sword cane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, two of them. Yeah, two swords.
Yeah. That was. You see a big standoff, and this is another one of those cutaways. Like we don't see the kill, but you see but you do see the aftermath right away, because like you hear it kind of cuts away, and you hear King Willie scream, and then you see the Predator walking away with King Willie's head in like a scream face, like in the middle of a scream face. And I think that's a pretty cool cut. Like you hear him scream, and then it cuts, and then it's like just his face and the Predator. Then it cuts away, like it zooms out, and the
Predator's carry it in his head away, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good edit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those funny, like, oh, that's kind of a cutaway gag, but I like it. Like kind of a. Yeah, and then then Hardigan and Fiona are talking about, hey, it was right here. It was here. It's fucking with you. Or like they're fucking with you. They don't say it because they think it's some hitman or like some skilled assassin killer or something. Like they don't know at this point that it's a fucking alien. Yeah, and then we skipped the scene where there's Danny's funeral, and Hardigan is in where is it? Like in the cemetery, and he hears he gets paranoid and sees the predators, and that's when the kid.
I don't think he sees the predator. He sees the necklace hanging from the tree. Brian.
Yeah, that's what it is. But we see the predator that it's in the trees because the little kid comes up to him.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's like shooting at him with like a toy gun and just kind of goes, huh? And then you see that the predator goes into his vision and looks at it and notices it's just a toy and doesn't murder this small child. That's one of those things that it kind of shows you that, oh, these things do have some kind of a moral code. Which is kind of cool for these alien space trophy hunter murdering fuckers. I think it's cool that they add like that. They do have some kind of code that they live by. And this movie, yeah. Oh, what I like about this movie is it actually expands like the lore of the Predator more than like most other movies, and that's why it's like one of my favorite. Other than the newest one, like Killer of Killers was great on the lore. I really liked that one.
Oh,
yeah, that was a great movie, and that it kind of gave more into like their society and how they work. But yeah, this one expands a lot out of it, and then the other ones just kind of. We'll get there when we get to those ones. But this is probably my favorite sequel, and that's and it's really close with another one. But we'll get to those. So King Willie's dead. Hardigan's finding. Oh yeah, it's after there's the cemetery scene. I don't know if we missed it, but there's a cemetery scene, and then he finds Danny's necklace, and he realizes this thing's fucking with him.
So he realizes something's fucking with him. Yeah.
Yeah. This guy's like following him. They're chasing him, and then I think is this when it cuts to the subway, or? Oh no, this is when I think they all meet up in a bar. and Hardigan's kind of going all, and they meet up in a bar, and now Jerry tells Hardigan about keys and that they're all held up at some meatpacking plant. And that they have some hardcore surveillance scrubbers. He couldn't get anything in there. He couldn't figure out what they're doing, but they're all parked there.
That's right,
in some,
yeah. Their technology is greater than ours.
Yeah, exactly. Like I can't do shit. I can tell you that they're there and that there's a lot of activity, but I don't know what the hell's going on. And a few more filler scenes. I think we're kind of scattered here, but I guess the next big scene that I like talking about, and let me know if I skip anything that you think comes before this, but it's the subway scene. Because I think it cuts to the subway scene pretty close here. When Jerry, it's after the bar. And they give Hardigan the reverse conversation. Like Hardigan's going all crazy, and Jerry's like, "Hey, the door goes both ways, man. Like you got to let us in," because Hardigan wants to just go for keys and really just shut his whole team out because Danny Boy died. I know that. And then Fiona and Bill Paxton Lambert they're leaving it. We'll just cut to the subway scene because I love this scene. There's another couple of good gags in this one too. They're it's like the end of the night. They're on the subway, and there's a bunch of these punks that are bothering these girls, and they go, "Ah, fuck! I guess the job's never done." And then they go down, and then the punks start bothering this little nerdy guy with the suitcase, kind of just sitting there with his suitcase. With his briefcase. Yeah, suit, tie, briefcase, glasses, just kind of a nerdy guy looking there. And they're all bugging him and getting in his face. And he opens up his briefcase and pulls out a big gun and freaks out at them. And then they all pull out their guns, all these gangsters. And then it cuts to the rest of the subway, and everybody's got fucking guns out.
Everybody in the subway pulls out a gun.
Yeah. And then Lambert and Fiona are like in the back of the goddamn in the back of the car, and they're getting away. Like, put your goddamn guns down! God damn it! And there's one that's still just holding. There's one like little old lady that's just still holding her gun like the whole time. And you're like, what the hell? What are you? Just put your gun down.
I was amazed. I was amazed how people actually listen to them because they don't look like cops. They're not dressed.
No.
Up fucking.
No. They like you. I guess they are. I guess they do brandish their badges a bit, but like quickly. And again, how could you see? You couldn't really see in that scene. Like, no, they never look like cops. They look like they're wearing like zoot suits and shit. Like these giant ass suits, and then like heavy thick pants and shit. I'm like, what the? Like they say over and over again that it's the hottest point, like the hottest time of the year, like the record-breaking heat wave and all this, and just like
104, I think they actually flashed at one point,
right? And everybody,
or maybe 109 or something. It was really,
I think so.
It was big, yeah.
And everybody's covered in sweat. Like I like how everything's kind of grimy. Like all the windows in this are all kind of like smudgy. If you like little like just small details, everybody's sweaty. Like nobody looks comfortable at all ever in this movie. Like they're just continuously sweating, and like I don't know, everything has a little bit of a grime to it, which I thought was a cool aesthetic. God damn it. Okay, I'm going back off. The subway scene. Subway. All the guns are pulled out. They're all standing off. And I like how it cuts to the Predator just crawling on the top of the subway car. I thought that was a cool. It cuts to that, and then all the lights go out, and the Predator just bursts through the fucking
the
top of
the roof
of the subway car.
His way through or whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he just fucking like kicks, but it, like obviously he cuts, but it just bursts through. Like he doesn't care for walls or anything like that. This Predator is like, just fuck off, get out of my way with everything. I swear to God. And yeah, he rips in, and I like this shot, but I wish you could see a little bit more. The editing, I like the idea of it with the strobe lights because it's just like the lights on the side going past, but you don't really get to see enough of the gore, and like it's a little bit disjointed trying to watch this scene.
This scene stood out to me too. I actually didn't like this scene. No.
Yeah, and the only part about it I like is like the end when we get to Jerry's death, or like when it's him standing, and it because it's more static and it's more on Jerry and then on the Predator and then on Jerry. Like it's that part of it I really like.
Yeah.
But when he's just walking through murdering, you just kind of see gunfire, and like it's very disjointed. And I get that it was like
lots of lights, lots of different angles. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah,
it was weird. I thought it was a weird.
I thought it was overshot, and it was
weird editing. I thought.
Yeah, me too. It's one of those ones that like I like the idea behind it, but I don't like it.
Somebody had a vision. They just didn't quite pull it off.
Absolutely. Like you can see it. I mean, you can see that they tried hard with this shot. But yeah, I like when it gets to Jerry and the Predator, and Jerry's just fucking unloading on this thing. Clip, drops it, puts another clip, and he's clearly hitting it, and he's getting fucking worried. You know, like he's clearly shooting this fucking thing. What the fuck are you? Yeah. And then he just throws his gun at it. Throws his gun, and then pulls out his lucky golf ball, which like it was kind of established because he was always like throwing it around, but you never.
He makes his golfing joke too. I think his very first joke is a golf joke.
Yeah, and he's talking about how you got to get a real firm grip on it. So he's talking to the pretty lady, the receptionist there.
So the golf ball's not out of place because they've already established
it. They've established that he and I think you see him tossing it a couple times or something.
Could be, yeah.
I think they established that it's something that he has on him. But he pulls it out and he just goes, "Great!" like that's all. I just love that line. He just goes, "Great!"
Fucking whips it at the Predator.
Right? And he just kind of it just bounces off, and then he's just looking, and he pulls out another giant ass. Like, I don't know. In this series, every knife has to be like I don't know, a foot or two. Like even this one that he finds, it's like it's another big fucking knife. And and he pulls it out. He's like, okay, bring it on. Like you can tell he's terrified, but he's like, okay, fuck it. Which you can tell that the Predator is like, because he tries to go hand to hand with it after the weapons, and that's one of those signs that the Predator likes. As you can see, because this is the he really gets this skull. But and then it cuts to the Predator, and the kid made a comment, want some candy? And for some reason, the Predator fucking learned how to say that line from this child earlier on. That's why I wanted to reference to get that scene in, because the Predator cuts back to the Predator, and it just goes, want some candy? Like he does it kind of like staggeredly too, like it's like he stutters a bit. And it's so creepy, but so like
the kid,
almost comical.
The kid stuttered a bit when he said so it was
well, see, and this is something I always thought with the Predators, like, and I know from the first movie that's not what happened, but it never clicked in my head until I was older, was that the Predators were just recording these things on their helmets. They weren't actually learning how to speak. You know what I mean? But in the first one, at the end, he doesn't have his mask, and he starts laughing like Billy. He starts laughing like Billy at the end. So it turns out that they do replicate how to actually speak it. But I always thought that they just recorded it and then would pick times to like say it back,
push play, or say it back.
Yeah, just to be like, haha, like that. And they kind of matched it in with how people talk. But no, this movie has a scene that completely. The show is they know how to speak without their masks. Well, they learn how to replicate at least.
Yeah.
But and and then they did it. So maybe that is it. The kid just stuttered it, so he replicated it with the stutter. Like he learned how to replicate it.
The kid did stutter it. I know that.
Yeah.
He's like,
I
it's like,
uh,
some
uh,
candy, yeah, yeah.
want some candy?
So that's what that's what the predator
Yeah.
reported was the kids.
Yeah. And then he says it's and that's the last thing. And then you just see Bill Paxton just jump at him. Like, oh, well, actually, and then you kind of comically see him get thrown down the fucking like like he charges at the predator with the knife, and then it just kind of cuts to the subway, but then like cuts out of the car train, and then you see him kind of get thrown like just down the car, down the train car or whatever. And I was just like, huh, that's not how I thought that would have went. I thought the predator would have just been like, hack. Instead of like just grabbing him and throwing him as it jumped at him. And it's just kind of a comical, like, oh, and he even kind of screams like that too, which I thought was, again, like another like sight gag that they kind of put into. I don't know. They had like a pretty wacky kind of like picture for like universe that they create, but I love it. I absolutely love it. I believe it. I suspend my disbelief for this movie all the time. But yeah, then Fiona goes down. Like after she gets she breaks off from Jerry to go get all the people out of the car, and she pulls it. The subway car stops. She rushes all the people out, and then she gets out, and then she runs. She goes to the back to go try to find Jerry. She keeps calling Jerry, Jerry, and then she gets there, and I don't know if they like changed the lighting in this so you can actually see that it's Bill Paxton's character hanging there. But when I was a kid, I could never tell whose body that was hanging there. That it was Bill Paxton's Jerry hanging right there. I don't know if maybe when they put it on streaming or something they changed the lighting a little bit, color corrected it a bit, but when I watched it today, I was like, oh, you can clearly see that it's fucking Bill Paxton right there.
Yeah, I didn't.
Hanging up.
For me, in my eye, it wasn't clearly, but it was obvious enough, I guess, though.
Yeah, I guess like the suit, but again, everything was so dark. Like it was just you're just getting that little bit of light, and yeah, then she noticed she backs out, and the predator grabs her by the neck. After she finds Jerry, she goes, "Oh God, Jerry!" And then like backs out of the car, and the predator just comes out of nowhere, just and like I love that he just does that in this movie a lot. Like for as big like hulking as a thing he is, he just kind of like, ha, got you.
Stealth mode, yeah.
Exactly.
Is that when the predator
grabs her?
Is that when the predator scans her and she's
finds out she's pregnant?
She's pregnant,
yeah. Yeah, you see the fetus in her or whatever, and everyone's pretty like in all the like blog and like forums about this movie and that I used to be in and stuff. A lot of people think that that's Danny's child, and that Danny and Fiona were kind of together, but not super open about it. But again, that's just people digging into the lore of this stuff for no reason. So that's a nerdy take on that. But yeah, and then yeah, it scans and then it cuts away. Like it drops her and then it cuts away. I'm pretty sure, or maybe no, it just cuts away and you don't know if it kills her or not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're left hanging. Yeah.
Yeah, you're left hanging in that scene, and then you see Hartigan. He's showing back up. He's running to the scene, and he's calling out, "Oh God, Jerry, Jerry, Jerry!" And then he sees Fiona, and he sees her there, and then he finds out that she was pregnant.
Yeah,
the paramedics are like, "Oh, I hear fetal something,
fetal heartbeats or whatever." Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This woman's pregnant, and Hartigan looks shocked. Then he goes down and he's checking out every body bag he sees to see if he finds Jerry. And this scene always gets me because like the predator doesn't go that far with Jerry's body. Like how the movie makes it seem. It seems like he's like just like two corners away with Jerry's body, because Hartigan he's like the only cop in the area that thinks, oh, maybe we should go back further and just see if anything's here. Like they're all kind of like at the bottom of the subway and all dealing with what's happening on the train, but not a single one until Hartigan's like, I'm chasing. And then this is again, I never knew that this was Jerry like forever. And again, I guess I just never just never paid attention. I just thought it was one of the bodies from the subway. But until I watched the review of the movie, and they're like, no, it's clearly Jerry. You see the suit, you see his like it's clearly Bill Paxton's character, and I was like, oh, fuck. Like I never put that together until I watched the review, and then now every time I watch it, I go, well, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm like, because even Hardigan yells Jerry, and you see his fucking head get, and there's a weird scream, and I don't know if it's the Predator that's screaming, or if it's like a woman that's somewhere there, or Jerry was still alive, and he just gives out like a very womanly scream as his neck gets like torn.
There was a weird scream there, yeah.
Yeah, it's one that's always kind of like got me like just a little confused, just a little bit, because, I could never figure that out. I was like, well, who's screaming in that scene? Is the Predator?
His vocal cords are being stretched.
Exactly. It's in the last bit of air. Somehow everything's coming out.
Did the Predator record it and then run it through his mixer and play it out?
Yeah, play it out just for that moment. Or is it just so happy that's how it shows that it's happy, or it got scared by Hardigan. It's like it was a very feminine like scream.
It stood out.
And then we get a pretty wicked chase sequence with Hardigan chasing this fucking thing through the city. There's one of two really awesome chase sequences in this scene, because there's this one and then there's the one after the meatpacking plant. Because this is the first one where I love when he's chasing it and it's just jumping on the top of cars, just crushing them. Like the Predators
across the top of the car,
yeah, and you just see the hoods just fucking crumbling in. That's another. I like that they give things like that so you can see like how heavy this fucking thing is too. Like like it's big. It's fucking big. It's heavy.
Yeah, I guess they give you a little bit of a visual there on the size of the Predator there as well.
Yeah,
we were talking about the bathroom scene, but those roofs collapsing in the cars are pretty good.
Yeah, that's a pretty. Yeah, that's where you feel the weight of the thing, and then it cuts to like one of the kind of goofier shots in this movie. This movie does have some goofy shots. Like I really like the special effects. I really like them all, but some shots are just a little goofy. And it's when the Predator's climbing up the side of the wall.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, and you just see its feet. It's kind of like I don't know. It just looks a little bit too goofy.
Yeah.
The way it's just kind of like crawling up, and it looks like somebody in a costume, like kind of fumbling to try to make this thing look cool.
Yeah, that was weak. That was the weakest scene in the whole movie, I thought.
Yeah. Well, there's that one, and then there's another one, but it's kind of better. It's when he's falling with the one arm, and you see his like toenail scratching to try to grab it, and he has his one arm out, and he's like cutting it. It still looks goofy, but I kind of like the scene of him like trying to catch it with his toes while he's trying to slow himself down because Hardigan cuts off his arm.
Yeah, now, that scene didn't bother me that much, but
yeah, but no, the scaling up.
It looked weird.
Yeah,
it looked goofy.
And I don't. Does Hardigan chase it up this building, or is this when it goes up to the top and then just gets struck by lightning for no reason?
Well, it's celebrating or something, and it's not like a random strike. It's like a blue. That's one of the things I wanted to ask you about. What the fuck that was in this movie, actually, because it's kind of weird.
I've never been able, like, I don't know if it, like, just because it has his spear up and he's holding the thing and he's like, does it just get hit by lightning and that's fine?
Yeah, well,
but it blows.
It's like a blue electrical. It's not a lightning.
No,
strike, though.
No, and it almost seems like it comes from him too. Like I don't know. I've never really been able to figure out what the hell happened there. I guess it was just a scene that they like a cool shot that they wanted
for the trailer. It's not something that you see in any of the other Predators anywhere.
No, it's just a one-time thing. So I think it was just like a bad lightning effect or something.
It was like his emoji or like in Call of Duty. What the fuck do they call those again? his celebration or whatever.
Yeah, as emote.
Emotes, yeah. It's his
Yeah,
emote.
yeah, it's one of his emotes, and he just gets holding up the skull.
Blue fucking lightning fucking emote. That's totally what that was.
Oh, I think that's actually. I think that shot is either on the back or on the front of a lot of the Predator movies. I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's actually like one of the selling shots.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely a trailer shot for sure,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it was one of the ones that they used in like everything.
Probably.
So
It's a pretty cool.
yeah,
It's a pretty cool visual. That's for sure.
yeah,
Doesn't look cheesy or
doesn't make it.
anything by any means.
Right? No, but that doesn't make a lick of fucking sense either.
Well, it didn't to me, but I didn't know if it did later or not either. So, but I did
No,
notice it, and I was like, "What the hell is he doing?"
right? Yeah. So and then, oh, that's what happens. Hardigan's chasing it, and then he's about to go up and chase it, but then Keys slams into his vehicle. Because Hardigan is chasing this thing, driving down in between the alleyways.
Mm-hmm.
He gets in his car and he's driving, looking up looking up the rooftops, and then fucking he just gets fucking smashed by fucking. Well, I don't think they hit him. I think they just T-bone him. They just kind of block him more.
No, they take him out. They take the car out. They smash it.
Yeah.
Violently into.
Okay, so that is what happens. Yeah, and then they all Keys and all his men take Hardigan, and
is that when he sees the footage and they tell him?
Yeah, that.
And when years ago or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He gets taken, but I think they take his car too because he goes to the back of it. This is something that I've never. They must have taken his car too for some reason because he goes to the back.
His car is fucked though, because I remember I noticed because it takes it in the front passenger side.
Yeah,
driving, it's fucked. That truck.
Yeah,
that car's not going anywhere.
No, so like they must have just dragged it or something because when he gets out, because he drives. Doesn't he drive that's his car into the wall after? We'll get to that because he goes out and he pulls out all these guns and he gets himself set up out of the trunk of what I thought was his car because he knew all these weapons were in the trunk of it. Mm-hmm. After this upcoming scene, well, like after this section where. But yeah, Keys lets him in that he's dealing with a fucking alien. I love his delivery there. The lions, the tigers, the bears. Oh my!
Trophy hunter. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, Gary Busey.
Yeah, Gary Busey is very eccentric in this scene, and I love it. But he's not like over the top. Insane Gary Busey. He's still there. He's just eccentric. And then I thought it was impressive once I learned that this is his first movie after his motorcycle accident.
That still surprises me. But
yeah, and he lets him know that all about what happened in the first movie. That there's only 2 survivors. And I love how cocky he is about the one thing we can be damn sure about is that they can only see on one light spectrum, infrared.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the one thing that he's so cocksure about because that's the one thing most people know, and they never expanded on it in the first movie, but this one they already kind of have that it has somewhat like it's even though it sees infrared, it can also detect other things within infrared, even like the fact that it noticed that toy was a gun. I mean, that gun was a toy. Gun was a toy. That made it. That's kind of like a hint to what comes up in the next scene. But I also thought this scene was kind of aliens came out and everybody loves that. You know, one person and a couple people in the command center watching through cameras on people's suits. You know what I mean? Like I thought this scene was kind of a little bit like that. Like they kind of just like, we got to do it. We got to do it too. Like set it up where there's the guys watching back on the cameras, and yeah, I thought it was a little bit of a repetitive thing that I've seen, but I've seen that in lots of movies ever since Aliens. So it's not like Aliens is it's not like this is the first movie to rip that kind of a scene off. Mm-hmm. And they tell them that they're gonna wear these suits that completely block the heat.
They got their silver suits on or whatever.
The big silver fucking like hazmat silver suits with these big and they have these big what kind of gas is it? It's
they weren't formed.
Yes, and then they have these big guns that are actually liquid nitrogen that are shooting liquid nitrogen because they want to freeze. They want to freeze the fucking things. So it almost has like the same kind of look as Jesse Ventura with his fucking little pain like with his minigun, like a bunch of guys with these big side guns, but it's just fucking shooting liquid nitrogen and turns out to be a stupid fucking idea. And and this is a scene I really like when they're gonna trap. They tell Hardigan all about their plan. They're gonna trap it in this meat packing plant because it has a taste for beef. Because it comes here and feeds. Which
every 2 days.
Yeah. They've been tracking it, and so they set the room up with some ultraviolet lighting too, which will make it so they can see it.
I was impressed at how well the government was able to track the predator without the predator knowing it.
Right, that was the thing, but I guess it was focused on everything else. I don't know.
They got enough information from that first one 17 years ago that they were able to
figure out how to evade it. Yeah. You know what? That's a plot. That's something I never actually thought about. Never, not once. and I'm with the government.
That's what I thought right away. I was like, wow, these guys are on it. Like
right?
They've been following. They track him. They know he comes to eat at the fucking beef meat packing plant every 2 days. It's like
you're right. You're right. How the fuck did Keyes able? Like they didn't seem like a low key kind of group either. I mean, the classic all driving like black fucking sedans and like you know what I mean, or big black trucks.
I don't think they ever call them like FBI or anything either. Like they're always unnamed as a.
They're like a government. They're just like government agents or something like that.
We don't know. They don't ever let you see any sign of what they.
Yeah, what they actually. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right there. And it turns out it's called a program, like in the lore, it's a program called Stargazer. And that actually comes up in another movie later on. But in one of my least favorite of the movies.
So these guys worked for Stargazer then in this
movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's when they're working for a company called, or not a company, but a sanctioned unit. Yeah. So then they do the scene. They all go inside, and at first it's working out pretty well for them. The predator can't see them, and it cuts back and forth. It shows you that. But then I do like how the predator just notices something's off. Like he's just kind of gets startled. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, something. His spider sense is tingling.
Yeah, and he just goes like, Then he goes through. Then you see that he can change his spectrums, and
he goes through quite a few of them too.
Yeah, until he can just see the flashlights. Yeah, so it comes off with the flashlights, and he sees that, and then I do like his reaction. He's like, fuck. And he's kind of like, he's like, oh, I can't just eat, like, fuck. I was just coming here to eat. And maybe he notices because there's all that stuff in the air too. Because he's kind of looking at his hand and there's like all this.
You do see particles, yeah.
Yeah. So he might, his sense must have just been his spidey sense was up.
This is unusual,
Yeah. And then I like the scene where, well, again, they do kind of the aliens thing where they're like, it's right on you. They're like, it's right there. It's right there. How can you not? And then it just drops down and fucks them up so hard with the spear. I love that. Like he's like flinging dudes with it. Like you stabs the one guy and just like flings him with his spear, and you're like, oh.
He pulls out his disc in this scene too, doesn't he?
That's a little bit later, but that's with Gary Busey, and that's Gary Busey's kill, and that's what I really. I want to talk about because there's a special effect there that I don't understand, and maybe you'll get it, but I don't. Man, maybe you saw the same thing, but So they're killing the predator is just wiping these dudes out, just and you see all the cameras going, and it's the alien scene. It really is. It's just that everybody's getting murdered. Fucking Hardigan's going, God damn it. God, fucking, I'm getting out of here. And they're, no, you can't. No, you can't. And then he puts the gun to the one guy's head. He's like, yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And then he gets out. And then that's when he goes to the back of a car and pops the trunk and just starts like putting on, like, you get kind of a bit of a montage of him like strapping up with all these guns and putting on body armor. And that's why I figured, I thought that was always his car.
There was a scene where they show him putting in a plate.
Yeah, exactly.
They show him put one plate on. I noticed that because I have an addiction to Call of Duty.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. So they show that, and then then it goes back, I think. Yeah, it goes back, and Gary Busey's trying to hunt the thing, like go for it. Like the Predator's finishing off the last of them, pretty much, and Gary Busey's gun is fucking up on him, and then the hose comes out and it's spraying him. He's like, I can't fucking see anything. God damn it! And you're like, yeah, maybe if you just had some fucking guns. And then that's when Hardigan fucking does his thing and just fucking drives in. And I love how you see the Predators like are aimed. It has its plasma caster aimed at Gary Busey, but then he turns, but the plasma caster is still on Gary Busey because Hardigan smashes through the wall with his truck, or does he blow? Or does he blow a hole up? I can't remember if he drives through it or he blows it up. The side of the building when he comes in.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, I know there's some kind of explosion because it sets off the sprinklers. Yeah, he comes through the wall and it sets off the sprinklers. That's why I know there's some kind of like explosion or something.
Oh, maybe he did have a grenade launcher type.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. He absolutely. Again, he's building this gun from one piece to another piece to another piece to another piece. He just puts this thing in the like montage scene, which I was like, you got to do it. You got to do it. Mm-hmm. So he gets his badass. I'm pretty sure he blows a hole in it, and then Predator turns, and then still it just fires the plasma caster at Gary Busey, and you just see him go, ah! Don't worry, that's not it. That's not Gary Busey's ending. He comes back somehow, some fucking hell. Like it looks like that thing hits him in the head, and it's a large explosion. Like it is like even behind the Predator, and I think the rain fucks up the Predator's cloaking device again.
He's tweaking a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and then Hardigan comes in and he shoots at it and kind of gets he kind of puts the Predator on the run a bit. Yeah. At first, because the Predator is like ducked down hiding. Hardigan shoots it and fucks up the plasma caster, so he throws it off. I'm pretty sure. I think he just breaks his plasma caster off because it's shorting out and shit. The Predator.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. After Hardigan hits it, and then I like the scene in between the swinging meat, like the sides of beef swinging and stuff. It's just a cool kind of like action shot.
The chase,
and Hardigan.
It's like a chase through the fucking.
Just through the meat.
Through the hanging. Yep. Racks of beef.
And then Hardigan gets some good fucking shots on this thing. Mm-hmm. With his he's just like pumping it full of fucking solid I don't know what kind of rounds this thing's firing, but it is putting fucking some dents in this fucking Predator. You see blood spurting, it's hurt.
Big time, yeah. It took a lot of damage in that. Yeah. That was one of the things I was a little confused about as well. But
right? What is he firing? Okay, and he gets knocked down. He knocks the Predator out, but then does the classic, goes down, takes the helmet off. And this is one of those goofy scenes, another one that's almost takes you out of the movie too much for me, but when he goes, "Oh, you ugly mother," and the Predator goes, "Motherfucker."
Yeah, he's like, "You're sure one ugly." Yeah, and then the Predator says, "Motherfucker," or whatever. Yeah, it's kind of a weird scene.
It's like a goofy callback to the first movie, and I get it. But it's like almost weirdly too lighthearted. But it gets back to some pretty cool scenes because then I'm pretty sure he grabs Hardigan and throws him there, or is that when he grabs him and then Gary Busey shows back up and starts hitting the Predator with the nitrous.
That's right.
Yeah, he's hitting the Predator with the nitrous. He goes, "Go Hardigan, I'm here to save your ass. I got a deal to settle with this thing," or something like that. And he's going after it. Then it fucks going after it, shooting it, and then the Predator does his classic. This is when you get to see the blade, his spinning blade,
his disc.
His disc blade. Which the effect for it, it's a little weak, but again, this is '90s, so that's I give it a pass. There's a little bit of kind of CGI sparks that come off of it for no reason, and I'm like, whatever.
It's not too bad. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and it looks like you can't really tell it's spinning. It almost looks like it's just going just straight through all this stuff. But I like how it's shot, that it's cutting all the sides of beef, and it's going right towards Gary Busey. And this scene, so it clearly cuts Gary Busey's character in half, and then the legs fall, and then blood falls, but his top half never falls. How does that work? How does that work?
Did he hang himself on a meat hook?
Was he holding up as the thing was coming at him?
I'm just gonna hang myself on this meat hook and wait for it.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. It was just one of those weird scenes, and you see the legs flop, and then a bunch of blood come down, and you're like, "Where's the top half?"
I never caught any of that.
Yeah,
not like you just did anyhow.
Yeah, if you see it again, if you ever watch this movie again, make sure to just try, or even if you look up the scene, you'll notice it. It's a really funny effect because the legs just flop down pretty much, and then a big bucket of blood pours out, but there's no top half. You never see the top half come down. And then and then we get into the actual chase scene. Before, the other one was the setup to the chase scene. This is the kind of final act chase scene, and second final. Because I like what Hardigan does here. I like how you think the movie, it's going to end here, but it doesn't. But yeah, they go chasing. There's a lot of great action shots. Is this when it jumps and it knocks the thing and goes from one building to another, and that's when it crashes into the bathroom?
The Predator's taking some damages. He's hurt.
Yeah. This is when he has to go and heal.
It's that pipe. Some sort of drain pipe or some shit takes him across, and that's when he breaks it through the old lady's bathroom window.
Yeah, and start shooting up some heroin or whatever he's going to do, just slapping it on himself.
That's when he's smashing the tile in the bathroom wall.
Yeah.
And then
he makes some goop.
He opens this cool fucking
Bunsen burner.
Yeah, that thing was awesome. Actually, I loved that thing.
Absolutely.
Cracks open this fucking fucking fireball pot thing and mixes up his goop with his blue
heroin or drugs, because he's cooking it up.
His blue glow stick.
Yeah.
It's got that same
his KY jelly and glow stick.
Just like his blood, except it's blue. It's maybe not as thick.
Yeah, maybe, but he cooks it. He cooks it up pretty thickly.
Mm-hmm. It's
not the goop, but when he cooks it up, it's this big thick paste that he's just slapping on,
sticking in his wounds. Yeah. Then he gives himself a shot of something too.
Yeah.
So he gets this needle. That's when he screams the loudest, and the old lady outside is like,
Harold, I think there's something in the bathroom.
I think that's when she goes. In the next scene, you see her. She's got the fucking broom in her hand.
She's standing outside of it.
The Predator screams. They show the old lady. She's like, "Holy fuck!" They break away and they come back. And the next scene, she's got the fucking broom. It made me laugh.
Absolutely.
I thought it was pretty funny, that scene, actually.
And I'm pretty sure. And then I think it cuts to Hardigan climbing the pole and he has one of my favorite lines in this movie that I repeat just in everyday things in my life. And he's climbing and he's looking down. He's climbing this pole across these skyscrapers, like these tall buildings, not quite skyscrapers, but tall apartment buildings.
Tall enough, yeah.
Yeah, and he's crawling. He just goes, man, what am I doing? What am I like? Maybe I'll just get lucky and fall. Maybe I'll just get lucky and fucking fall.
Right.
And that's I say that all the time, and it like in different scenarios where I just go, maybe I'll get lucky, just fucking fall. You know what I mean, guys? I've used that line for forever, and yeah, it's one that has always stuck out to me that I always laughed at so hard when I was a kid too, because I had a fear of heights too, so I could really relate to Hardigan in that scene. Like, maybe I'll just get lucky and fucking fall. Like, yeah, and then that's when the predator's bursting through. It cuts to.
That's when he breaks through the fucking bathroom walls and everything.
Yeah, and then he's busting through and then Hardigan has asked, or like he says like I'm police or something like that when he gets in.
He comes he meets the old woman. Yeah,
and he says something like police or something. And she goes, I don't think it gives a shit. I don't think he gives a shit.
Like that. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another just like I don't know, just so many good one-liners in this movie.
It's not a line you're expecting to hear. That's
no. Yeah, I don't think he gives a shit.
Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what he says, but
yeah. I don't know what Hardigan says, but it's something like to make her just go like, I don't think he gives a shit.
I'm the police or something. Is that all he says? I don't know.
It's just something like that. And then he starts chasing it, because you can clearly tell through the rain of destruction that where this thing is going. And I think this is where he ends up getting it on the roof. Like they end up meeting again on the roof, and yeah, I think again it ends up going up the roof. Somehow he has to go up because this is when they're fighting on the roof, and what does he do? He shoot and then the predator gets knocked off or whatever, or like Hardigan gets knocked off and the predator, and they're both like hanging there, or and Hardigan has the disc at this moment, and then the predator's like. The predator's hurt.
On the wall, yeah. He pulls he's got the disc, yeah. Predator's hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, and the predator goes to do his wrist thing. Like he goes to turn on the bomb, and Hardigan gets his detonator. Yeah. But before he gets the chance to finish it, Hardigan like understands that this is not a good thing. I think because like Keys told him like it detonated a nuclear explosion.
That's some of the intel. He knows that intel.
Yeah. So he goes, "Oh shit!" So that's when he pulls the blade out and cuts the predator's arm off, and that's when you get the scene where the predator's falling down and trying to grab back onto the wall with one arm, falling down.
He must have cut like right through the fucking machine on his wrist or whatever. Right?
Yeah. I think that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
this thing stops. Yeah.
Yeah, it must have just like killed the computer in it or whatever it was.
You would think that machine at that point would have a automatic self detonation. Then,
if it's getting tampered with,
especially if it's in countdown mode, you would think it would be on like a especially high alert. It's like okay,
it would just go, it would just explode if something's cutting it.
You would think,
yeah. But it's a cool scene because it's one of those things that you're like, oh shit, how are they going to get out of this?
Mm-hmm. You know, he cuts the head off.
Yeah, he cuts it off with the blade. So Hardigan's got the disc. The predator's falling, and I think it does end up catching or getting itself into the building again, and then it ends up going down an elevator shaft, I believe. Like that's how Hardigan finds it. It's like. He follows the blood or something, and it ends up. He follows it down to like an elevator shaft, and he goes, "Oh fuck!" Hardigan's all pissed off that he has to he hates heights, so he has to crawl against this, and then crawl down it, and he's crawling down it, and that's when he just falls, and you realize there's a fucking predator ship underneath this fucking thing, underneath this apartment building. And that's like this is the first time you get the scene of the ship, and I'm not sure if he falls into it, like right into it, or if he hits it. I can't remember.
I wasn't sure how he got in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
When it happened tonight,
because it kind of cuts to just like a wide shot of him falling, and then it cuts away to something, and then he's in there.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah.
I honestly at that point didn't. I thought it was the ship, but I didn't know for sure.
Yeah.
I was like.
Yeah. But yeah, that's when it shows, and then they're inside with the trophy room, and I really liked, like, I love this predator ship, like the design of it. It's all bones, kind of alien like, but not as slimy. But it's all foggy. It's got this weird yellow orange lighting.
Yeah, the wall's almost. Yeah, it's hard to explain.
Yeah, they're kind of made out of. It looks like they're made out of bones, but also technological, and I don't know. It's a whole different kind of technology, and all the other fucking Predator movies ruin it. Every other time you see the Predators in the ship, they're just a regular fucking silver spaceship, and it's stupid. I fucking hate it.
Oh,
I
really?
like the inside. Yeah, I really like the inside of the look of this ship, but no, every other time it's just like a regular space age fucking blah, like just boring, just boring steel.
Wonder why they did that.
Me too. Yeah, probably. You could tell that this set must have cost some money. Yeah, and you could tell that they had a lot more money in this movie. That's something you could definitely tell, because they went balls to the wall with like a lot of the action, a lot of explosions, like a lot of big sets. And yeah, I thought the sets looked great. Yeah. And this is my favorite. And then this is where you get the showdown with Hardigan and the Predator.
The trophy room.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I guess we did. We skipped the trophy room scene where he's putting up.
Yeah, that's why I brought it back.
Yeah. So we'll get back to the trophy room scene. This is where you see where this trophy room that you had got glimpses of. But the best and coolest thing, and one of my favorite things that's shown in the trophy room that like blew everybody's mind, was the fucking alien, the xenomorph skull. And they literally just have like a set piece around, like still in the studio, what's his name? The effects, the same effects guy. I think it was Stan Winston. Yeah, I think it's Stan Winston. He did Aliens and he did this movie. And lots. Stan Winston has done tons. He was like an amazing special effects guy, and he had one of them laying around. He's like, "Oh, why don't we just put this here?" And like another skull that looks like almost like a T-Rex, but like an alien T-Rex.
To me, I thought for some stupid reason I thought like dragon at first, but yeah, T-Rex or some big fucking
lizard thing. Yeah. And then just kind of like cool other skulls, just some weird looking ones. Not a lot, but enough to get. Yeah, but enough to get you to say, "Oh, like this thing hunts." Like that's what these things do. They like, and they don't just hunt. They don't only hunt on Earth, and that's I don't know. It's really cool. Like you get to see that, and that Alien versus Predator. Immediately you see that, you're like, I want to see that fight. I want to see how that one went. Like when he got that skull, which they've never done yet. They've never done that story about that Predators. It could come, his encounter.
You never know, yeah.
Right? I mean, they never really continue the Predator stories.
They left an opening there for it, so if they want to
for a prequel, back, it would be a kind of funny storyline about seeing it fighting that alien, and how that skull came to be. But yeah, back to the ending of the movie. You get the classic one-on-one fight. And Glover's getting his ass beat by the one-armed Predator. Pretty bad. And I think he gets the Predator gets one good hit, and then Glover just kind of like keels over and makes it look like it was like a death blow kind of thing, and fakes out the Predator because it goes in for like a big kill shot, and then he pulls out the blade and sticks it in its fucking stomach. And like that's a great kill. And
the disc or whatever.
Yeah, digs the disc right into the predator's stomach. Like it's like spinning glaive or something like that.
You never see it spin, but
no, but it gives it.
I never did. The lights that are on it make it sort of
kind of think, but I think it's supposed to be like a spinning blade inside of there. That's like kind of like just a big spinning blade that cuts through, and that's why it's kind of like spurting extra blood. Like when he digs it into the predator's chest there, it kind of seems like it's cutting like spinning and cutting. It's not just going right. It's an effect you never really see the blade spin.
No,
You're right.
They show him when he's stabbing him with it too. He's like he's pushing up over and over with it or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Which might have been part of the splatter, but
yeah, no, that's true.
And they showed him do it quite a few times. I noticed too.
Yeah,
it was like they showed him do it, and then I'm like, oh, they're showing him do it some more, and then
it kept going.
Like, oh, and then they're still showing him do it some more. That's what I thought. It was like they really emphasized the
it was killing. I'm getting you, motherfucker. I'm making and it's a tough. It wasn't an easy thing to kill.
It didn't look cheesy or nothing. No, it looked good.
No, I thought it looked great.
The effects were great. Yeah.
And then this is another one of my favorite shots out of it. Predator dies. Danny Glover's sitting there like, what the fuck? And then fucking like 9 other predators just come out, and they all have their own different look.
One first, and then all of a sudden,
yeah. And then Glover's just sitting there, bloodied up, like he's dead. He's not actually, but he's just like, like if he had to fight these things. But I just love. He goes, okay, who's next, motherfucker? Okay, who's next?
Who's next?
Yeah, he's just beating okay, who's next? Yeah, I just love that. Like he's still ready to go. But and then this is when you get to see that a couple of the back predator, the ones in the background, pull the dead one away, and
haul away the dead guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the older one, the one in the front that looks like the leader,
the one who comes first. Yeah.
Yeah. He comes forward, and that's when he pulls out that gun, and gives it to him, and that's because he doesn't want to give, he wants to give him a trophy, but he doesn't want to give him any of their weaponry, so he has one of like that. That's what I've read. It's like, it doesn't.
1719 or something.
Yeah, 1792 or 1719.
1719, I think, is what it was.
Yeah, I think you're right. And that gun comes back in Prey.
Does it?
The movie Prey.
Yeah, I watched Prey. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when we get to it, you go, "Oh shit, that's the connection."
Oh yeah.
Because everyone wanted to know that story about that gun, but it's not over. The Prey sequel is gonna have to show something else happen. So it's kind of cool that story of the gun is kind of like ongoing. In the prequels.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then the Danny Glover's booking it because they're starting their ship, and this is a scene that I'm like, okay, Danny Glover would be dead here. It's just like Arnold's jump away from the explosive. The way that this ship takes off, and it's
the 300 city blocks that.
Yeah.
Apparently, the first Predator detonation made. That's what they tell him in the intel.
Yeah.
Because I remember thinking 300 city blocks. That's a big fucking hole.
Right, and there's no way Arnold ran from that and survived. No, you know what I mean?
No, not even close.
Yeah, and in this one, when the ship takes off, the explosion that comes out of that thing, there's no way. There's that is a big fucking propulsion. That he's dead, but he's not because it's movies, and he's not.
He was running.
Yeah, he was running, and he jumped. Yeah. He jumped away, so clearly he's safe.
That's all that matters.
That's all.
You jump, you're okay.
Jump. Yeah, you get taken with the propulsion, and you just kind of get sent, right? That's how it works. Yeah.
It always helps when there's a pool of water or something.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Or if you're Indiana Jones, if you just jump into a refrigerator, that'll save
There
you
you
from
go.
a nuclear explosion. A nuclear explosion.
Mhm.
An old steel. Anyways,
Fuck,
yeah.
man.
So
I remember some of those old steel refrigerators, man. They weighed so fucking much. You called like 4 of your friends to help you move the fucking
you
thing.
know what?
They
I
were like,
don't doubt that. I
like
don't doubt that. Like
they were seriously heavy duty fucking.
the actual machines that made to last
They were
and not
heavy,
made.
man. They were fucking
Yeah.
heavy.
I I
I remember having some. I remember moving some.
yeah. That sucks.
It's
That sucks.
not like so the whole nuclear blast thing. Might not
Yeah.
have been a bad idea because those
You
things were
right?
fucking solid in those days.
You know what?
But
You know what? You're not wrong.
but a
It
lot of
might have.
a lot of people died going into them because they couldn't get back out of them too. That's
Oh,
what they.
really? Because they're so heavy,
Well, no, they just
or
didn't
they're
have
so
the
big.
safety. Like
Oh.
there was like they just didn't open from the. You had to be on the outside to open them because it had.
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah. You couldn't just push the thing open and like latched.
So there was I don't know people that had died in them. So that's when they started changing them.
Of
Anyways,
course there was. Of
we
course
got
there was.
we got
Of
way
course.
sidetracked here.
Well, and then we're at the end of the movie pretty much. And this is where I think it's Daniel Baldwin. I think that's the brother. He drives the Baldwin of the movie, and he drives up. He's like, "You fucked it all apart again. We were so close." And I'm like, the, no, no, the Predator fucked you guys up. You weren't that close. I mean, maybe if Hardigan wasn't there, the thing would have went better, but I don't think so. I think the Predator, the same shit would have happened. Like I just love that he like the agents just blaming Hardigan, like, yeah, this is your we were so goddamn close.
Mhm. That's when he
And then
says you'll get another chance or something. He says
I think they'll be
because
back, or
he's
you'll get
got
another.
he's seen the gun, the pistol with the
Yeah,
1719. So
yeah.
he's like
I think he looks at it again and he goes, I think he'll get another chance.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it cuts as he's just walking away, and he's just covered in ash, and just like he just looks like demolished. Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's covered in ash at that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was kind of a funny, like, and he's just walking away like, fuck this. Yeah, and that's Predator 2. I thought it was a great movie. I put it high up there in my list. It's like at least an 8.5 for me. There's some goofy stuff. There's some there's some goofy stuff, but all in all, I could rewatch this movie and I still do all the time. And it's a lot of fun. I don't know. It just puts me in a mood. I don't know what it is. It's nostalgia probably, but when watching it, I love all the one-liners. I love the humor of it. Always makes me go, oh yeah. and a lot of good action and a lot of cool Predator stuff. What's your take on it, Carl?
I thought it was way better than I remembered it being. I remember not liking it when it came out or when I saw it the first time. But I
A
think
lot of people had that.
I think a lot of the problem back then though was that Predator, the first one, that was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It wasn't a
Yeah,
Predator movie. So when Predator
yeah.
2 came out, everybody was
Like,
still
oh,
thinking,
how's
well,
Arnold gonna
even if
like?
they didn't know Arnold was in it, they still associated it with Arnold. So when they
Yeah,
changed that strong of a character, but kept
yeah.
so it it took a lot of unnecessary bullshit. I think just from that in
Oh,
those days
absolutely.
because
Because
the movie's a good. It's a good movie. You just
yeah,
got to
and
get over the fact that it's not Predator One.
and it's its own thing. Like it
Mhm.
really is. It's definitely a sequel that they got more money. The writers went all in. Apparently, they had 7 stories. It's like two brothers, I think, and they had 7 different stories to where they could have taken it. But this is the
Yeah.
one the studio was like, yeah, we're doing that because do it in L.A. There's more kills. It's still it's not crazy in space or any crazy shit like that. It's still on
Mhm.
Earth,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
so I think its runtime was like an hour and 45 minutes, so it wasn't too long, but it wasn't too short. I
yeah.
liked it. I like that movie.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
and I like how it had like kind of a few like twists and turns that like you don't see what's going on with Keys and that whole group. You kind of forget about them over and over again throughout until like the third act of the movie, and you're like, oh yeah, what are these guys doing? So I think that's kind of cool that they bring that back, and like in such an impactful way of like, oh, this is what they're doing. Okay, and like it's a good way to give the expository like all the information from the first movie, like that's how these guys know, blah blah blah. That these movies are directly connected, even though it's like a bunch of years later.
How many guys at the end of this movie were aware of the Predator by actual visual?
Oh, that didn't die.
Yeah, so there would have been the one girl, right?
Yeah, the cop.
And then
And then Hardigan also and the FBI that agent, the Stargazer agent, Daniel Baldwin's character.
Did he see?
He knew. Well, I guess maybe just in the cameras he might have seen.
He knew the intel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, but
so that's another human that knows about it. Then. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I was just curious. I don't know why it just popped into my head.
No, I'm not sure what else.
Mostly because when they were giving the intel to him, they specifically said there was 2 survivors. There was 2.
Oh, that was the 2 people. From the first movie.
From the first one, yeah.
Yeah. So this one at the end,
which was that one girl and then Arnold's, right?
Yeah. So I guess the only like one really are Hardigan and his partner that really like.
Yeah, the how's her name now? The one that's pregnant. She's alive too,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. She survives.
Yeah. So
I guess it's the same thing. I got like a survivor and a female.
A couple of females.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I like the movie.
Yeah.
I'd say at least it's a good 8 for sure.
Yeah. So I guess that answers our question. But I'll ask it again. Predator 2, is it a worthwhile watch or is it just another stupid sequel? What would you say, Carl?
It's a worthwhile watch as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely, me too. I would suggest it to people like that maybe have seen the first Predator, but it's been years or whatever.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. If you've seen it like when it first came out and haven't seen it since, you should watch it again and just forget about the fact that it's not an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, which it's been so long you probably will forget.
Yeah, most of like a lot of like it was a big movie for him, but still, you like it. You don't really. It didn't deserve the hate it got for not being an Arnold movie.
It took a unnecessary bad rap, I think, just because of shoes that it was trying to fill, or I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you mean Arnold's not in it? Oh, this movie sucks.
Right? Oh, and then right? Oh, it's in a city. I love the idea of it being a city, the concrete jungle. It's kind of.
What's the next one?
Oh yeah. So I guess next week we're gonna watch Predators.
Okay.
Predators. That's with Adrian Brody.
It's not the Predators or anything. It's just Predators. It's just Predators.
Yeah, it's Predators
with an S.
Yeah. Yes.
Predators.
And then yes. This one has an S, and then the next one's gonna be the Predator after that.
Okay. Well, don't get too far ahead. I might get confused.
Yeah. Predators. With an S. With an S. Just Predators with an S.
Predators.
That's all you got to remember, Carl.
Okay. How many years later did this one come out? Do you know?
This because it was this movie Predator 2 didn't do so well. So it took probably like 10 years or so. I think no, even longer. It was like 2006 like 2006 2007 when Predators came out, if not longer. Like there was a long haul, but
that's like 15 plus years then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But there were other movies that were in between and those were Alien versus Predator and Alien versus Predator Requiem. I believe those were in between,
In the
but
storyline, you mean?
or no, like in release, because I
Oh, in
think
release. Oh, okay.
yeah, I think because I think Freddy versus Jason came out, and then right after that, Fox went,
Yeah.
"Oh, we need some of that money," so
Yeah.
they did a team up, and then they did Alien versus Predator. So, and I
Mhm.
think that was before they did Predators. Just through the time, I think that's how that went. So,
Oh, yeah.
but we'll watch the Alien versus Predator. We'll watch those ones back to back.
Okay.
Like that. That'll be a 2 week thing because those are good. They're fun. They're different. They're different. They
Mhm.
kind of connect to these timelines, but not. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's yeah. They're one of them's great. One of them's really good when you can see it, and another one is
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I've seen them. I just yeah.
yeah.
Same thing I
But
tell
yeah,
you. Same thing I tell you every week.
I've probably seen it, but
Hmm. Well,
so yes,
probably yeah.
yes, Predators next week. Make sure to come check it out. Thanks again, Carl. That was great. I would say I'm going to play Call of Duty, but I'm probably not.
What
Like,
time is it?
but
Oh yeah. All good.
right,
That's
I just realized
probably
that.
where
So
I'm heading.
sounds good, brother. All right. Thanks again. Always fun, and don't forget to always keep chaotic and stay nerdy. Again, backwards. Fuck. Anyways, I'll get it one day.
Hmm.
All right, now that's this part. Where's the button? There's
Oh
the
yeah,
button.
that button. Oh yeah. Fuck. My battery's almost dead.
Oh shit, mine too.